Hello, my friend, chosen one. There is so much out here for you. There is so much out here for you. There is an ascension process going all across our globe. Many beings, many people, they're stepping forward. They're stepping into their true selves. And they're becoming what they set out to become when they decided to come into this human life. We all choose to be here, you see. We all choose to be part of this leading edge, co-creative, incredible experience called life. And you've been here before, and you're gonna come back here again, because the rewards of this place is out of this world. What we do in life, it truly echoes in eternity. This is eternity, and this is heaven right here. And today you can kind of see that. It's a gorgeous day up here in the mountains. And you're here, okay? You found this frequency. That means you're well on your way. See, you have this longing inside of you. You have this disturbance going on, you know? That's how you start to awaken. That's how you start having your dark night of the soul. And you're called to watch this, to listen to this. And this message is for you. It's made by the universe for you. It's a transmission. It's almost like a channeling, you could say. And we're here, we're just enjoying the day, all right? But it's time to focus inwards and to find the answers within yourself. Because you are a very high, non-physical being. Basically, you're God, you could say. You're source, you are. You truly are source. Okay? And there are many layers between you and source of oversouls and higher selves and all kinds of things. But ultimately, you are. Source and God and the universe. You are it. You are the sun beaming down right now. You are me. I am you. We're all one being who divided itself into countless, infinite possible realities and beings and things to be able to experience itself, okay? And there is no time. We're all, well, we're experiencing time, right? But there is no time, really. At the higher level, there is no time. Everything is happening at the same time. Everything is happening now. Now. It's happening now, it's happening now. And you can experience this. You can tune into this. You can meditate, you can take psychedelics, you can do all kinds of things. And you can experience how this whole reality is, basically. It just is, here, now. Forever true, forever evolving, forever beautiful. Forever real. So it's time to awaken to this. It's time to peel off the veil that we took on when we became humans, okay? We didn't used to be like this before, but we choose. We choose to be like this. We choose to be this dense, to have all these requirements for survival and to really push ourselves, you know? To really cultivate our hearts, to face our fears. That's why we're here. I've gone through a lot on my journey as well. And to just be here and give this message to you, it's 20 years in the making, or you could say a whole lifetime, or lifetimes in the making. It's incredible what we are and what we're becoming. It's really something that you can't really express it with words, okay? So don't try to really change yourself by just watching videos and stuff like this. You need to do the internal work, okay? And this is something I'm gonna be saying more because it's really true. I've done lots of internal work, lots of meditating, a lot of psychedelics as well, and a lot of integrating, okay? So it's one thing to have peak experiences, but then you also need to integrate. But you're here because you need to have more peak experiences. Very few people have had enough peak experiences to where they can say that they really know themselves. Wow, there's a lot of mud here. All right, back on track. You're here to live, okay? You're here to live, so you want to integrate, you want to face those fears that you have and become the being that you want to be. And you might not even know what that is at this point. That's all right. There's always going to be unknowns. There's always going to be surprises, and that's part of being human. It's surrendering to the experience, surrendering to a human lifetime, and that's not always an easy thing to do. Even when you've done it and you're in the human lifetime and you're experiencing it, you know, that you might long so much for the non-physical, but it's all good. We are full of surprises, and there's so much love in everything, and there's nothing to really fear. Death is just more life, okay? But you are here for a reason. If you are here, you're listening to this, you are living a human life, you're becoming more conscious, you're awakening. You are realizing how much actually you are in control. And so in that sense you have a big responsibility for your happiness and your joy and what your life becomes. But that's your biggest power, really. It's the power of intention, of focus, of letting go of the fears and the things that are holding you down and the things that you don't really want to do, and focus on the things that you do want, and become a more loving whole being who can be here for others and enjoy life and get all the fruits that that entails. Holy moly, what a day. You're doing really well, you're here, and you don't have to force this process, okay? It's a lifelong process, I think, but there is a sort of a shift where you become really in tune with these higher frequencies, and you can be in them more of the time, and then most of the time there is a shift that will happen at some point. But it seems to me, for most, it's a process, you know, that you want to step into boldly and bravely and at your own pace. See, you can stop anywhere for as long as you want, and that's all good. It's all fine. You are an eternal being. You live forever. Okay, there is no time. So in that sense, there is no hurry. But for the longing in your soul, in your heart, you want this. You want to find a higher way of living life. And that's what I've found, okay? And that's what I'm helping people to find. So you can subscribe and just follow along with the content, that's fine. And if you want to be helped one-on-one, I do video calls with people, and there's even people who started visiting me here in Sweden. So there are all kinds of possibilities to work with your energy, with your frequency. And there are many, many teachers in this world that you can follow that resonate with you. If you find them, it's all good. The key is to keep moving forward at your own pace. And you'll see, you don't have to get to where you think you have to do to feel good, to really be ecstatic about life. See, all you have to do is really live it, okay? Face your fears, okay? But you don't want to overdo it, okay? There's always a balance to it, and the danger of overdoing it is you might scare yourself too much, that sort of your ego or those slower frequencies, they take over too much, and then you get bogged down. So there is a balance to it, but we need each other, okay? That's why I'm here for you. We need to support each other on this path, because we didn't come here because it's easy, okay? We came here, we are masters, okay? You can't come here unless you're already a sort of a master, but this is like a really big challenge for all of us, okay? And even the people who look like they have it easy, trust me, they don't have it easy, okay? Everyone is challenged, and we came for the challenges, okay? But we're here to grow, we're here to transform. And that's what's happening, okay? There is nothing to fear. There's really nothing to fear. It's all love. You are God, and God is ultimately consciousness and love. Love, 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 love. And that love can be terrifying sometimes. Because that's how much God loves us. It loves us. We love ourselves, basically. Okay, we are God, so let's speak of it that way. You and me, we love ourselves so much, so intensely that we could even forget our love, you see? And why would we do that? Well, to remember it. And to become even greater masters at manifestation and energy manipulation and love and wisdom and all these things. There's no end, okay? There's no end to who we are. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no end to who we are or what we can do. We are an eternal, infinite being. You know, you can look at the stars and you can ponder how many planets there are out there, you know. Scientists are discovering more and more planets, more and more. There's trillions and trillions of planets out there in the known universe, okay? And this is just one possible reality out of countless possible realities. So there are many, many, many beings out there as well, of course. And there are many, many kinds of lives and existences that you couldn't even imagine, that I couldn't even imagine, out there for us to experience. And for some interesting reason, however depressing your life might seem at the moment, you chose to be here now. You chose this, okay? And you did that for a reason. And so did I. I chose to be here too for a reason, okay? And I'm stepping into it, so I'm starting to understand. Like, yes, this makes a lot of sense, because look where I am right now. You know, this is me on my best days, you know. This is like the most fun I've had in my life. And I can't tell you, you know, how it feels to. I've been so afraid for so many years and have followed so many paths. And just to find myself here now, you know. I was so afraid to speak. I was so afraid to just trust my own intuition and follow my own guidance. And I had to suffer a lot through that. And that's all right, you know. Like, I wouldn't change a thing, you know. If I had to relive it all to get back to where I am, I would do it. You know, crazy as that might sound, but I've been through a lot. And I'm sure you have been too. And it's all right, it's all good. That's why we're here, okay? We're here to be transformed. So you knew this, okay? You saw your whole life. Or, I mean, you examined this life that you're living before you took it on. And there are many checks before you enter this life. It is in a way like taking a psychedelic trip, you know? But it's the opposite. So when you take a psychedelic, your consciousness rises and you become one with God eventually when you're brave enough, when you can muster it, you know, you become one with God and you realize all these things that I'm talking about. Or when you meditate, but psychedelics, I think, makes it a bit easier. But more challenging, yes. But more deep, yes. More quickly, I think. More effortlessly. And then you step into it, okay? So this has been really challenging for me because this world is so dense and most people are so unconscious. And I've been so afraid of that, you know. And even in this day and age that we're in, where there are many people stepping forward, it can be very challenging, okay? And we have our own stuff, you know, we have our own reasons for coming here. And you might not have issues with the same things I have issues with, and that's fine. That's like part of it. We're all different and we're here to support each other. And I'm here to support you with whatever it is you're working on and what you need to face and so forth. To transform yourself, to really live free and joyously, and to bring this higher energy into Earth, okay? Because Earth is supposed to be heaven. Earth is what ultimately we transform ourselves to ultimately transform Earth, okay? This is the higher mission. That's why you are a chosen one, okay? Because you're stepping ahead of the pack. you're doing the thing that no one really wants to do. Well, few people want to do, or few people maybe are ready to do. They would love to do this, but it's very challenging, okay? Because the world is so unconscious. But when you feel God's love, that is your own love for yourself, over and over and over and over again, you know, you really tune into these higher frequencies and you let them guide your life, and your life transforms bit by bit by bit, and you receive so much love in ways that I couldn't even express, you know. But there's so many different levels of it, you know, from your family, from friends, from non-physical beings, from psychedelics, from all kinds of experiences, traveling, being in nature, connecting with animals, all kinds of amazing things. The love will pour on you, okay? When you just allow it in, when you're not afraid anymore. Well, I don't know, I think there's always deeper levels to fear that we can face, but what you came to do in this life, at least, you know, like if you can get past that, you'll have a major shift. Your life will get a lot easier, and yes, there will be challenges still, of course, that's why we're here. But the challenges you take on, they will become greater challenges and more exciting challenges. It's not going to be a challenge to get out of bed anymore, you know. It's going to be more about helping people and doing fun stuff, you know. Like, life is really exciting, but you have to get over your fear. You have to somehow be able to get into that momentum, you know, into those higher frequencies. And I would say living in nature is really, really powerful, because the cities are so much denser than nature, and nature is the most powerful ally we have here on earth for all the chosen ones. Just look at this. Doesn't that take your breath away? Doesn't that make you realize that you're something greater than just a human? Just look at this. Isn't it incredible? It's just the simulation, this world, it just runs perfectly. There are no blue screens, there are no error messages. The sky is always there, the sun is always there, the earth is always here. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? The earth keeps spinning in perfect proximity to other planets to get everything it needs for us to thrive, okay? It's only our unwillingness to focus on the love, on the beauty that's all around us. It's only our, you know, getting caught up with the negativity that makes us lose track of that. But having learned these lessons, I think, from this lifetime that we're in, things will be very different for us, you know. This earth is about to change. Things are about to change. We are in such a powerful timeline with such a powerful momentum. If you are resonating with this message, if you're still here, you are definitely in that timeline, okay? We have faced countless cycles of destruction and, well, you know, building up things and then being destroyed, civilizations, planets. And on a smaller scale, on a bigger scale, there's so much rise and destruction and rise and destruction. It's because we just haven't gotten our foothold quite yet, but now we are getting our foothold, and you can feel it. If you tap into these frequencies, you're gonna start seeing it everywhere. There's ETs connecting with us, there are higher beings, there are ancient history, there's the Atlanteans, the Lemurians. All this is coming out to show you that we are infinite, you know, that we are on this crazy journey to discover ourselves and to rise up from the ashes like a freaking phoenix, you know. That's what we're doing. We're there, you know, we're there. We're going through the darkest dark, and things are changing, all right? Things are changing, and it's because you are changing. See, you have to realize you can't wait for these things to happen. You have to work on yourself. You have to change yourself, because you are the one who is changing your reality. Everything, the whole version of Earth that you're on is a match to your frequency right now. And if you want to change the earth, you simply need to change your own frequency, and you will change into other versions of earth that are more aligned with you. But you have to, see, it originates from you, from your heart, from your frequency. You have to be that version of yourself that can live in that reality for it to manifest. And you have to prove it to yourself and to the universe that you are that being. You have to prove it again and again and again. And then bit by bit you will move into a world that's more peaceful, okay? This world will not be destroyed, okay? We have lived on planets before, Maldek, which became the Kuiper Belt because it got destroyed. We used to live on Mars, that also got destroyed. And Orion, there's so many places where we used to be where it just got too bad, you know. We really screwed it up. But this version of Earth that where you are right now, it's not going to be destroyed, okay? But it's because you are changing, you see. You have changed enough to get this message. So be really clear about that. It's not, yes, a lot of beings are cooperating with you or co-creating with us here in this reality, but the reason you're here is because you have changed, okay? You have transformed yourself to be where you are, and however dark it may seem, it's just a matter of you tweaking your frequency, fine-tuning your frequency. You're so close, okay? We're all so close to live in freaking heaven, okay? So take this as a message, okay, to maybe take yourself more seriously and love yourself more. And to love yourself is not just to be comfortable, okay? Yes, comfort will be there and comfort will come to you, but it comes through facing yourself, not from hiding from it, okay? You can hide from it from as long as you want. You can hide from it for lifetimes, but that's not why you're here, okay? That's not why you're resonating with me on this day and this message. It's not every day I feel this strongly, but I feel it more and more, you know. And the clarity that I'm getting and the messages that I'm receiving, it is keeping me on track. So now I'm sending this out, and I'll let you receive this in your own time and grace, you know. And take it for what it is. I'm not here to push anyone around. You are supposed to be the leader of your own life. The creator of your own life. You're supposed to make your own decisions, okay? Be very clear about that. We won't have any gurus in the future, okay? Everyone will rise. Everyone who will remain in your reality will rise with you, okay? It's essential. We can't get caught up in these kind of ego games, okay? We are way beyond that now. All right? So, man, precious days. Don't feel any panic, don't feel any rush or worry. That's not what I want with this video, okay? Just allow your mind to be open to these things and find your path of least resistance to allow them into your life, okay? To open up to these higher things. It doesn't necessarily make things easier for you, okay? But they do make them a lot more beautiful, and you can go to places that you could never go otherwise if you didn't have this awareness of which I speak. You are God. And there are so many things that you can tune into that will be amazingly helpful to you and that will completely change your life. And it's frequency. It's all about frequency. And it's about you. So I want this message to be as clear as it possibly can, because I'm all about clarity. My life mission is clarity, okay? I have been through so much to gain clarity. And here we are, you know. It's my pride and joy to share this with you. It's my life work really is clarity. So yes, you are here to enjoy yourself, but don't fool yourself, okay? Don't fool yourself to remaining in a lower place, a lower frequency place than what you are wanting to, than what you know you're capable of. Always keep moving, keep finding that higher place, okay? Because it's in you, just as it's in me, as it's in everybody. And your light will light infinite more lights. So many people, so many beings will be inspired by your journey and the things that you do. You have no idea. And we don't even know who we're affecting and how we're affecting them, you know, sometimes, but most of the time we have no idea. But your frequency can be felt by people you don't even know, you know, all around the world in so many different ways. Your frequency is mighty, mighty powerful. And when you rise up from the 3D, you head towards the 5D, you have love in your heart, happiness in your soul, you're gonna see it's a different world altogether. All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to this. Thanks for supporting this YouTube channel. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. All right, see you in the next one.